Okay, good morning, Jessica. How are you?
Good morning, teacher. Very well. What about you?
I'm fine. It's a good day today. How was your weekend?
The weekend very busy because I had a lot of work at the university. Uh, we are we were finishes the course.
Yes, very good. Yeah, this is normal. In the study, we don't have enough time to develop the different activities. I'm busy too because I have different activities to develop in the university too. Okay, how did you feel for the class? Are you ready?
Sorry?
How did you feel for the class? Are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect. The last class we study about the topic of the comparative and superlatives. Today we go to develop the topics of the relative clause.
Okay.
Um, do you have any knowledge about this topic? Have you heard about this subject?
Yes, teacher. I hear this. Relative clause. Yes, I hear.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's watch a video on the subject, and then we go to work about this topic with some examples. Okay.
Okay.
And send you by the chat the link. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Okay, please watch it, and when you finish the video, tell me to develop the next activity. Okay.
Okay. Finish, teacher.
Now we're going to develop this part, but in an explication. Okay. Example. Um, the relative clause. And the relative clause are characterized by specifying the people, things, or places that which we refer. The relative clause are subordinate sentences that join the main sentence through the use of relative pronouns or adverbs. The rule that we apply is first we apply the relative pronoun or adverb plus the subject plus the verb. And in other case, we can find the relative pronoun as subject plus verb. Okay? It's important that you understand this part with the rule because we find the relative pronoun or adverb plus subject plus verb, or in some occasions we can find the relative pronoun as subject plus verb. Okay? Can you watch the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I
Okay, a little.
forgot this part. Okay, so sorry. Okay, I'll say you. And the relative clause are characterized by specifying the people, things, or places to which we refer. Relative clause are subordinate sentences that join the main sentence through the use of relative pronouns or adverbs. The rule is the relative pronoun or adverb plus subject plus verb. But in some occasions, we can find the relative pronoun as subject plus verb. Okay?
Okay,
Don't
teacher.
forget this part because sometimes we can find a sentence with the first rule and sentence with the second rule. Okay? Okay, now the relative pronouns. We use relative pronouns to introduce the relative clause. For example, we find the use of the relative pronoun who, which, whose, whom, or that. With who, we apply this for subject or object pronoun that apply for people, okay? In which we use it to the for expression with sentence for animals and things. In the case animals, we apply as subject, okay? So sorry, with object, okay? Can you hear me, Jessica?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, don't forget it. Animals and things is we use with which. With whose,
Okay.
whose is the possessive for people, animals, and things. Now, with whom, we apply with object pronoun for people, especially in non-definite relative clause. In definite relative clause, we clearly prefer who, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Now, with that, it's the subject or object pronoun for people, animals, and things. We apply this with both animals, things, and people, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, we go to understand the part of definite versus non-definite. With the definite information provided in a definite relative clause is crucial in understanding the meaning of the sentence. The purpose of a definite relative clause is to clearly define who or what we are talking about. Without this information, it would be difficult to know who or what it means. For example, the woman who lives in apartment number 34 has been arrested. As you apply, we use who because if you left who in Spanish, si nosotros utilizamos, si quitamos el who, que significa quién, diríamos la mujer vive en el apartamento número 34, ha sido arrestada, pero se escucha un poco extraño. Mientras que si nosotros utilizamos la mujer quien vive en el apartamento número 34 ha sido arrestada, sabemos que nos referimos a la mujer. Por eso utilizamos el who, ¿ok?
Sí.
Okay.
Más complementario.
Exactly. Now with non-definite, we use it then where we are two sentences that we want to unit and create a single sentence. The non-definite relative clause provides additional interesting information that is not essential to understand the meaning of the sentence. If the non-definite relative clause occurs in the middle of a sentence, a comma is placed before the relative pronoun and at the end of the clause. If the non-definite relative clause occurs at the end of the sentence, a comma is placed before the relative pronoun. With the non-definite relative clause, we cannot use that, and the relative pronoun cannot be omitted, okay? For example, we find two sentences. Mr. Jackson lives on the corner, and Mr. Jackson is very intelligent. With this, with non-definite, we apply the union of these two sentences. With this, we create Mr. Jackson, who lives, is very intelligent, lives on the corner. If you can see, we apply, we unit the two sentences. In Spanish, nosotros unimos estas dos. Tenemos dos oraciones. Lo que hacemos es utilizar el pronombre relativo para unir las dos. Por ejemplo, tenemos las dos oraciones. Mr. Jackson vive en la esquina y Mr. Jackson es muy inteligente. Tenemos aquí Mr. Jackson, quien vive o quien es muy inteligente, vive en la esquina. Entonces, ¿qué hacemos? Unimos las dos oraciones con el uso del pronombre relativo. ¿Entendemos esta parte? You understand this part?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Now, with the use of who, we apply for people. For example, I like the guy who helped me yesterday. Can you read me this part in Spanish?
The first,
Yes, the first.
me gusta ese chico quien me ayudó ayer.
Yes,
Me gusta el
perfect.
chico quien me ayudó ayer.
Okay, perfect. Now with the second.
Luis Suárez, quien es un jugador, obtuvo, o si no, sí, un gol impresionante en el juego de hoy.
Okay, in this case, the score is como marcó. One or
Marco.
two. Okay. In this case, we can find in the first and the second the difference. What do you think? What is defining and what is non-defining?
Defining is the first.
Okay.
Not defining is the second because there are is for due to a comma. Yeah, las comas.
Yes, this is
It's
right.
more complement.
Yes, because in the first expression we only say that the guy is who helped me yesterday. But with the second, we understand we unit the two sentences. In this case, we unit that Luis Suarez is a soccer player and unit that Luis Suarez scored an impressive goal in today's game. For this reason, and this is a non-definite, and as you say, yes, the use of the comma is very important in the second because in the non-definite we apply comma to separate the second and the first and second sentences. Okay?
Okay,
That
teacher.
is right. Okay, now with the next.
María tiene un hijo quien es un doctor.
Okay, now we read me in English.
Maria has a son who is a doctor.
Okay, perfect. Now with the next.
I'm looking for an assistant who knows about accounting. Yo estoy buscando un asistente quien sepa de contabilidad.
Yes, perfect. And finally.
The man or man? Month.
No.
Month. Who arrived is my boyfriend. El hombre quien llegó es mi novio.
Okay, in this three last sentence, we find definite or non-definite.
The three sentence is definite.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that's right. Now we go to apply the use of which. Which we apply with the things or animals. In this case, it's very strange, but we apply the animals as things, as object. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. We have the next examples. First, please read in Spanish and English.
Okay, teacher. This is the car which goes sold by Marcos. Este es el carro el cual fue vendido por Marcos.
Okay, perfect.
The second, Maria bought me sweets which I always eat. María me compró dulces, sweet. Los cuales yo siempre como, ¿sí?
Yes, that's right.
The three, we bought a car which is the newest in the store. Nosotros compramos un carro el cual es el más nuevo en la tienda.
Very good.
The four, the shirt which belongs to Carlos is in my closet.
Okay.
Yes, la camisa la cual pertenece a Carlos está en mi closet.
Okay, perfect.
Y the last one, the jacket which I used this week is dirty now. La chaqueta la cual yo usé esta semana está sucia ahora.
Okay, in this sentence, we find non-definite in what expressions, in what sentence?
No defining in the for and the less, the fifth.
Okay, perfect. We apply what relative clause? Which. Okay.
Which.
In this case, we can find the two sentences that the shirt belongs to Carlos and the other sentence that the shirt is in my closet. And in the last, the jacket, I used it this week. And the other is that the jacket is dirty now. For this reason, it is a non-definite. Very good.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, now with that we apply that people, things, or animals. We can use for the different subjects that we can find in the sentence, okay? We have the next examples. Please read in English and then translate to Spanish.
Okay, teacher. I live in the country that I love. Yo vivo en el país que me encanta. Yes, no? The second, I practice sport that I like the most. Yo practico el deporte que más me gusta.
Very good.
The third, he's the man that I helped last week. Él es el hombre que yo ayudé la semana pasada. The fourth, I like the gift that my uncle got me. Me gusta el regalo que mi tío me dio.
Okay.
And the last one, that is the dog that bite me. Ese es el perro que me mordió.
Yes, very good. And in this case, we can find that we can use that in the non-definite. In non-definite, we cannot use that. Okay.
No, there is no.
Okay. For the reason, this is definite, only definite. Okay, perfect. With whose? Okay, the relative pronoun whose used as a possessive pronoun is the possessive of noun who, and it refers only to people. With this possessive, it is important to understand that first we apply whose and then we apply the noun. We have the example. My cousin has a concert today. Her talent is singing. With this, we apply my cousin, whose talent is singing, has a concert today. In Spanish. En la primera oración, o sea, las que encontramos en paréntesis, tenemos la información. Mi primo tiene un concierto hoy. Su talento es cantar. Con el whose, nosotros utilizamos mi primo, cuyo talento es cantar, tiene un concierto hoy. In this case, we apply whose to explain that her talent is singing. Whose we applied, but the her is not applied in this. We forget her and apply whose, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, now with the next. Please read me and give me your explanation about this part, okay?
The woman is very pretty. Her dress is red. The lady whose dress is red is very pretty. Whose is possession.
Okay, possessive, very good.
La mujer cuyo vestido rojo es muy bonito. Sí, there are two sentences. That woman is very pretty, and her dress is red. Vestido es.
Very good. Yes, and in this case we put the whose in change of her. For this reason, we forget we apply the possessive and forget the her. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now with the other expression, please read me.
The car belongs to me. Its engine is very old.
Okay.
There are two sentences. The cars whose the engine is old belong to me. Whose possession? Yes.
Yes, and in this case we apply this in chain of its. Very good. Okay, you understand this part or do you have any doubt?
It's clear, teacher.
Okay,
thank you.
Now with whom? With whom we apply this the different with who, okay? We apply to apply we can apply this who or whom. We also refers only to people. The difference with who, which acts as a subject, is that whom refers to who receives the action of the verb. For example, this is Andres with whom we used to go for a walk on vacation. Okay, now please translate this part.
Este es Andrés, con quien yo solía pasear o ir a pasear en vacaciones.
Yes, in this case we can apply that with whom, a quién. For this reason, you can use who, and in this part you apply whom. Okay?
Es Andrés con a quién, no. Es Andrés con a quién, ¿cómo?
¿Con quién?
¿Con quién?
Okay. For the reason, este es Andrés con quien nosotros solíamos ir a caminar en vacaciones. In this case, we can find that whom, we apply whom to express the action. Porque con Andrés solíamos ir a caminar. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Now, with the second.
This is Darío, who you meet at the party last year. Este es Darío con quien a quien tú conociste en la fiesta el año pasado.
Yes, very good. In this case, we apply whom to express that a quien.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. With the third.
The woman to whom you spoke is my aunt. La mujer a quien tú hablaste es mi tía.
Yes, very good. In this case, a quien.
The fourth, whom should I invite to the party? ¿A quién debería yo invitar a la fiesta? Pregunta.
Yes, very good.
The last one, Natalia Martínez, whom you meet last month, will be at the reunion. Natalia Martínez, a quien tú conociste el mes pasado, estará en la reunión.
Yes, perfect. In this case, we can find that with whom we apply the action who receives the subject. In this case, a quién, con quién. Okay, do you understand this part, or do you have any question? Do you have doubts?
No, teacher, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Now with the relative adverbs, we can find when, where, and why. With when we can refer to the time expression, with where we can refer to a place, and finally with why we can refer to the reasons.
Okay.
Okay. Now with when examples, we when used to refer expression of time. For example, the high school when I studied was less attractive. Can you translate this part?
Ese colegio, cuando yo estudié, era menos atractivo.
In this case, we can find that the time I studied is to say that it is in the past, but the reason is expression of time. We apply when. Okay, now with the second.
Okay. The car arrived when I had a Korea taxi. El carro llegó cuando yo he llamado un taxi.
Yes, perfect. Cuando había llamado un taxi. In this case, we can find that when apply this in the time. Why? Because primero nosotros llamamos el carro, pero ya teníamos el taxi. Es decir, nosotros utilizamos when para, when para expresar el tiempo. Okay? And finally.
Okay. The match ending when the referee got en the final whistle. El partido terminó cuando the referee
is to say árbitro.
Ya. Cuando el árbitro dio el whistle.
Silbato, pitazo.
El pitazo final.
Exactly. In this case, we can apply when to use expression of time because we are explaining about the time that the referee give the final whistle. Okay. In this case, we apply when with expression of time. Now with where, we used to refer to expression of place. For example, I would like to live in a place where there are many tourist sites. Translate me, please.
Okay, teacher. Me gustaría vivir en un lugar donde haya muchos sitios turísticos.
Okay, in this case, we apply this word because it's a place, and in this expression, we find it to live a place where. Okay, and now with the second.
Okay, teacher. I read my notebook in the bookstore where I was reading in the morning. Yo dejé mi libro en la tienda de libros
Yes.
donde yo estaba leyendo en la mañana.
Okay, in this case, we can apply that word because explain that when the people or when the subject forget their book that in the bookstore. For the reason it is a word because he speaks about the bookstore, the place. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
and finally,
I live in the city where I was born. Yo vivo en una ciudad donde yo nací.
okay, in this case, when can you explain me about the expression place?
Uh, where indicate the place. I live in the city. The city is the
Okay.
place.
Yes, very good, because we apply that the city is the place. Now, with why, sorry, we use the why to express the reason. The example, Chinese, what's the reason why I am resting?
Mm,
In this case, as you say, the reason, Chinese, what's the reason why I am resting? Can you translate me this part?
tiredness, which is your meaning. Mm,
Tiredness. Is that can see as the same way, not stressful, cansancio?
ok. El cansancio fue la razón, el por qué yo estaba descansando.
Very
Yo
good.
estoy descansando, sorry. Yo
Uh-huh.
estoy
Yes.
descansando.
And in this case, they apply that why to express that that she or he is resting due to the tiredness. Okay, now with second.
Okay. My family is the reason why I am working hard. Mi familia es la razón el por qué yo estoy trabajando duro.
Yes, and in this case, when you apply the reason and the use of why.
Yes, teacher. Mm, eh, her family or his family is the reason.
Okay, perfect. To working hard. Now with finally.
The girl of the people was the reason why I can't leave her. The girl is a big,
Can see you the calidez de las personas.
sí, o sea, la calidez de la gente fue la razón, el por qué yo me vine a vivir aquí. Esa es
Yes,
la razón.
yes, that's the reason. Very good. Why?
Yes.
Now we can find some exceptions when we can to omit the relative pronoun. In this case, we go to express with examples. As we can see in the examples, do you know the girl he's talking to? Do you see relative pronouns in this expression?
No.
Okay, but in this case, how do you translate this sentence?
Tú sabes con quién.
We can explain this como, ¿tú conoces la chica con quien él está hablando? Okay, perfect. Now with the second.
Okay. Where's the pencil I got you yesterday? ¿Dónde está el lápiz que yo te di ayer?
Yes, perfect. And the finally.
He's the man we met last night. Él es el hombre que nosotros conocimos anoche.
Yes, in this third example, we find the difference that the subject is the object. And in this case, we can find in the last expression, that's the horse which killed me. That's horse killed me. We can apply this because that the horse is the subject because he is developed or he performs the action. In this case, kick me. And in Spanish, I go to explain this in Spanish. Con el tema de que podemos omitir los pronombres relativos, en el caso de las tres primeras oraciones, nosotros encontramos que el sujeto no realiza la acción. Estamos hablando sobre alguien, pero ese alguien no realiza ninguna acción. En el caso de la última, que encontramos que el caballo me pateó, encontramos que el caballo es el sujeto. ¿Por qué? Porque él fue el que pateó a la persona. Entonces, en este caso, nosotros podemos omitir which. Eso es importante en esta parte. Cuando el sujeto es el que realiza la acción, podemos omitir el pronombre relativo. ¿Entendimos esta parte?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
O sea, cuando el sujeto realiza la acción, podemos omitir.
Exactamente. Pero cuando el sujeto, es decir, cuando en una oración encontramos sujeto y objeto, encontramos si el sujeto no es el que realiza la acción, no podemos omitirlo. Pero si el sujeto es el que realiza la acción, sí podemos hacerlo. ¿Ok?
Ok, teacher.
Voy a desarrollar otros ejemplos para que entiendas esta parte, ¿vale?
Ok, teacher.
Okay, now we're going to see the examples with this. For example, with who? My teacher who is very intelligent lives in New York. What do you think about this expression? Is it defining or not defining?
Not defining, teacher.
Okay.
Because there are two sentences. My teacher is very intelligent. My teacher lives in New York. Besides, due to commas.
Yes, and the commas and with the reason is not defining because we applied adding information, because we applied the two sentences to create a single sentence. Okay, with the next.
No defining, teacher. Too.
No defining, can you read me and translate me?
Ok, mi jefe, quien es muy estricto, tiene una casa muy bonita.
Okay, perfect. No defining because my boss is very strict and my boss has a very beautiful house.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. With the third.
Today I visit my aunt who lives in Bogota. There are two sentences.
Yes, there are two sentences, but in this case we can say that it is defining due to that today, because I visit my aunt who lives in Bogota, but we apply the, it's single information. We don't have the subject, and with the subject we apply the two sentences. In this case, with this defining. Okay? Okay,
defining?
now.
Defining?
Yes, defining. Yes, because in the first we find that the teacher, my boss, and about the teacher and the boss, we apply the two sentences. And in the case, we apply my own, but we find that I visit my own. Okay, first. But we don't find the own as a first of the sentence, as the beginning of the sentence.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, now with the last.
Okay, the doctor who works in the hospital is very intelligent. Is defining, teacher.
Yes, very good, because we apply that the doctor.
Yes.
And we don't find commas. Okay, now with which.
My parents' house, which I grew it, is very old. La casa de mis papás, en la cual yo crecí, es muy vieja.
Okay, perfect. Non-definite. Now with the second.
The second, yesterday I bought a new chair, which I don't like now. Ayer yo compré una nueva camisa, la cual no me gusta ahora.
Yes, very good. Now with the third.
This is the car which I bought. Este es el carro el cual yo compré.
Okay, perfect. Defining with finally.
The last one, the movie which I saw yesterday is very boring. La película la cual yo vi ayer es muy aburridora.
Yes, very good. Now we go to that. With that.
Okay, teacher. Where is the apple that I bought in the store? ¿Dónde está la manzana que yo compré en la tienda?
Okay. The next.
Who?
No, with that.
Only, only there is a sentence.
Yeah, because you read me the where is the apple that I bought in the store? With the second. With that.
I don't see a more sentence. It's the same.
What are you ready? Well, okay. Can you see the whom?
Okay, teacher. Whom? The man whom you saw yesterday is my brother. El hombre a quien tuviste ayer es mi hermano.
Okay. Now, can you read the second or you? Okay.
Yes, teacher. This is the person whom I saw last night. Esta es la persona a quien yo vi anoche.
Yes.
The third one, he's the actor whom I wanted to see. Él es el doctor a quien yo quise ver.
This is the actor.
Él es el actor.
Yes,
teacher.
very good.
The last one, I need someone whom I can trust. Yo necesito a alguien a quien yo pueda...
¿En quién? In this case is in quién.
En quien yo pueda trust, confiar.
Yes, very good.
Okay.
Okay, now with whose?
Okay, teacher. That woman whose name is Diana is my cousin. La mujer cuyo nombre es Diana es mi prima.
Yes, very good.
Yesterday I met a girl whose uncle is a singer. Ayer yo conocí la chica cuyo tío es un cantante.
Ajá.
Triwan Maria, whose husband is a teacher, hers as a nurse. María, cuyo esposo es un trabajador, trabaja como quien es un profesor,
yes, very good.
trabaja como un enfermero.
Enfermera, because we apply that we are speaking about the María.
Sí, María, cuyo esposo es un profesor, trabaja como una enfermera.
Yes, very good.
Okay, the last one, Luis is the man whose father is a doctor. Luis es el hombre cuyo papá es un doctor.
Yes, very good. Now with where?
Okay,
where I apply by?
The hospital where I was born in being knocked out. El hospital donde yo nací está siendo, I don't know.
Knock it down. You can see that knock it down. We can apply this sometimes to reestructurado, or sometimes we apply that is the destruction, for example. Así. Now with the second.
Okay, the house where I lived was very small. La casa donde yo viví era muy pequeña.
Yes, very good.
Yes. The third one, we went to Ipiales Nariño, where we visit las Lajas Sanctuary. Nosotros fuimos a Ipiales Nariño, donde nosotros visitamos el santuario de las Lajas.
Yes, very good. And finally,
that is a park where there are big trees. Ese es el parque donde hay grandes árboles.
yes, very good. Now with when?
Okay, teacher. I remember the summer when we meet. Yo recuerdo el verano cuando nosotros nos conocimos.
Yes, very good.
The second, we are going on vacation when my uncle leaves the hospital. Nosotros vamos de vacaciones cuando mi tío sale del hospital.
Yes, very good.
The third one, do you know the exact date when we are going to meet? ¿Tú sabes la fecha exacta cuando nosotros nos vamos a reunir?
Yes, can be you cuando nosotros nos vamos a conocer. Yes.
También.
Okay.
The last one, can you tell me when is the best day to travel? ¿Puedes tú contarme o decirme cuándo es el mejor día para viajar?
Yes, very good. And finally, with why?
Okay, teacher. I don't know the reason why he keeps calling me. Yo no sé la razón por qué él me mantiene llamando.
Yes, very good.
Okay. This is the reason why I love English. Esa es la razón porque me encanta el inglés.
Yes, very good.
And the third one, I don't know why he missed the exam. Yo no sé por qué él perdió el examen.
And in this case, we can apply that. What is the reason? The reason is that they didn't understand why he missed the exam. Okay, is the reason.
Yes.
Okay, finally.
He only knows why his family left him a lot. Él solo sabe por qué su familia lo dejó solo.
Yes, very good. Okay, these are examples, and now we go to develop the practice. I'm going to send you by the chat a video for YouTube, but we only watch the history, okay? And when you watch the history, I need that you find phrases that contain the use of relative clause, and then you express me, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, you watch the history?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now I would like that you tell me about the expressions that you find in the video and you can use as a relative clause.
Okay, teacher. The video use more who.
Okay, with who?
For example, in the first scene, the grandma asked asked her granddaughter who is the young woman sitting over. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
In addition, use which. Yes.
Okay, which?
For example, she says the the sister of the breed. Okay, that she has a house in Spain too. Which is why she got confused.
Okay, she has a house in Spain too, which is why I got confused. Very good. With
Yes,
which,
teacher.
okay. Do you find other or only with these two?
I don't remember more.
Yeah, there are two, but we can also to remember the expression that, for example, the answer of the expression that you say, who is the younger woman sitting over? The answer that she says is that, yes, the one who is sitting waiting cake. I don't think I know her. Who is sitting waiting cake? This is with who. And the other we can find the use of whose, for example. I remember that they express with whose. That her nephew, whose parents live in South Africa. We can find this expression with whose. But yes, there are two with we find that the use of who, which, that, and whose. Very good.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now we can to develop the next activity with a practical. I send you the link. But okay, now we go to develop the next. We can see you this part. Okay, in the
Okay,
first,
teacher.
we can a castle is a place. What do you think is the answer, the correct answer? Who, which, whose, where, or when?
Okay, teacher. Um, where, teacher?
Where? What do you think
Yes.
is where?
Where is referring to place. A castle is a place, teacher.
Yes, very good. With the second, an actress is a
Uh,
woman placed in films or theater plays.
okay, teacher. An actress is a woman. Who, teacher?
Why?
Who is because who is referring to people? An actress
Yes,
is a
very
woman
good.
who plays in films on three plays. Yes.
Very good. With the third, this is the Pierre
Okay.
mother from Canada.
Okay, teacher. Whose teacher?
Whose?
Whose?
Why do you think it's
Because
whose?
okay, whose is indicate possession. In the case indicate um, talk about the mother's girls.
Yes, we can apply for her mother. Yes,
Yes,
very
teacher.
good. With number four, this is the
Okay.
time of the year many people suffer from hay fever. Hay fever.
Um, one moment, teacher, please.
Okay, perfect.
When?
When? Why do you think it's
Because
when?
when indicate time,
Yes, expression of time. Very good.
express the year is a time.
Very
Yes,
good.
teacher.
And finally, the flowers growing in the garden are beautiful.
Okay, teacher. Um, which teacher?
Which?
Which is reference to things, animals, the floggers.
Yes, very good. Yes, this is the correct answer. But now we go to translate the sentence. Number one.
Ok, teacher. ¿Un castillo es un lugar donde un rey o una reina vive?
Very good. Number two.
Ok. Una actriz es una mujer quien
We can apply plays are as to say trabaja.
plays es como tocar, jugar, ¿no? Entonces ahí, ¿cómo
Yes, we
sería
can
una
apply
actriz?
this as trabajar.
¿Es que trabaja en
Trabajar.
películas
Yes,
o teatro?
yes, very good. Okay, perfect. Number 3.
Ok. Es la chica cuya madre es de Canadá.
Yes, very good.
The fourth, este es el tiempo del año cuando mucha gente sufre de
In this case, we can
hay
apply
fever.
this as fiebre.
¿Fiebre? Ok.
Yes.
El Jaime confundió
Okay.
ahí.
Okay. Now with the 5.
Ok. Las flores, las cuales crecen en el jardín, son bonitas.
Yes, very good. Now we're going to develop the second part. With this, we go to apply that you say me. See if the relative pronoun that it is necessary or it's not necessary in the sentence. Okay?
Ok, teacher.
Okay, with number 1, this is the picture that Jane painted. What do you think? The relative pronoun is necessary or is not necessary?
Ok, teacher. One moment, teacher. Relative pronouns is not necessary
Yes, it's not necessary.
because the subject release the action. We
Yes,
can
because
omit.
we can find in this first expression that we have the subject and object. In this case, Jane is the subject and the picture is the object.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, perfect. When the object is the subject, we need that. But in this case, no, because we have the subject that is Jane and the picture that is the object. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now with the second, do you know the man who is speaking on the phone? Do you think that it's who it's necessary or not necessary in the sentence?
Okay, teacher. Is necessary? I'm not sure. I am not sure.
Yes, it's necessary because if you don't put the expression who, you don't know about what man you are speaking. To say,
Okay, teacher.
si usted no aplica el quién, la oración sería, tú conoces el hombre, está hablando en el teléfono, pero si no le
No
colocamos
tiene
quién, no
sentido.
sabemos sobre qué hombre estamos hablando.
Okay, teacher.
Yes, very good. Number 3. We ate sweets which my mother had bought. Do you think that it is a relative pronoun necessary or not necessary?
Okay, teacher. Is necessary?
Necessary or not necessary?
Necessary, teacher.
Okay, necessary. In this case, it's not necessary. Why?
No?
Because we can find that my mother is the subject and the sweets are the object. In this case, we can find we ate the sweets my mother had bought. The reason
Okay,
we
teacher.
can apply that it is not necessary.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, with the number 4. Is this the boy who plays the piano?
Okay. Is necessary, teacher?
Necessary. Why do you think it's necessary?
Because who is the boy who plays the piano? We can we don't know.
Yes, because if you don't apply who, we don't know about what boy we are to express the sentence. Yes, very good. It is necessary. Very good. And finally, with the number 5.
Okay. Mm, not necessary.
In this case, it's necessary because the house is the subject, because we don't find object in the sentence. In this case, house is the subject, and in this case, it's necessary.
Necessary. The
It's
object, the house is the subject,
uh-huh.
right?
But we
If
don't
the
have
object,
object. Remember that when we don't have a subject and object, in this case the object is a subject, and for this reason it's necessary the use of that in Spanish. Recordemos que cuando el objeto cumple funciones de sujeto, necesitamos sí o sí el pronombre relativo. Por ejemplo, en la primera oración encontramos que Jane es el sujeto y que el objeto es la pintura. Por este motivo no es necesario. En la segunda encontramos que who es necesario, porque si decimos tú sabes el hombre está hablando en el teléfono, necesitamos saber sobre qué hombre estamos hablando, por eso utilizamos quién. En la tercera, que utilizamos which, no es necesario porque encontramos que en la tercera oración mi mamá cumple la función de sujeto y los dulces cumplen la función de objeto. En la tercera oración, si no utilizamos quién para expresarnos sobre el niño, no sabremos sobre qué niño estamos hablando, entonces pues necesitamos quién. Y en esta última es necesario porque tenemos solamente la casa, que vendría a ser el objeto, pero lastimosamente no tenemos una relación que nos hable sobre un sujeto. Entonces, la casa vendría a ser el sujeto en esta oración. Entonces, si no tenemos el objeto para referirnos, la casa vendría a pasar a sujeto. ¿Entiendes esta
es
parte?
decir, cuando hay sujeto y objeto, no se necesita.
Exactamente.
Pero cuando falta alguno de los dos, sí faltaría.
Sí, cuando el objeto pasa a ser sujeto, sí, sí se necesita.
Cuando el sujeto pasa a objeto.
Sí, porque, o sea, en este caso, la casa, necesitamos referirnos a algo, pero en esta casa, esta es la casa, entonces utilizamos cuando esta es la casa, podemos decir que la casa es un objeto, pero si no tenemos a quién referir como sujeto, entonces el objeto pasa a ser sujeto.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good. Do you understand this part?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. Now,
Got some confused.
yes, it's very confused. Okay, now with the number 1 in the third part, Catherine and Sue are two girls. How do you create
Okay,
the sentence?
Okay. Sí. Okay, Catherine and Sue, quienes estaban bailando, son dos niñas. Could be.
This Catherine and Sue are two girls, son dos niñas. Where we apply that? What relative pronoun we apply?
Who?
Okay, who? In this case with the parentheses, who like dancing. Okay, in this first sentence that you create, what is the translation?
Okay, teacher. The first?
Yes.
Okay, Caterina and Sue son dos chicas quienes les gusta bailar.
¿Quiénes les gusta bailar? Yes, very good. ¿Quiénes les gusta bailar? Okay, because they are people. Now we number 2. When mobile phone is something, we apply what expression, what relative pronoun.
Okay. Will? Why? Which?
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 Mm, it's very important to me.
It's very important to me. Very good. Yes, because which is for things, and in this case, be is changed by is. It's very important to me.
It's very important to me.
Very good. In number 3.
Okay. Mm. Who?
Okay.
Who lived in Boston?
In this case, who live? Who live or who lives?
Lives.
Ah, yes, very good.
Third person. Third person.
Very good. Who lives in Boston? Can you translate this part of the
Okay,
three?
Antonio's amigo mío, quien
Uh-huh.
vive en Boston.
Very good. Number 4.
Okay, teacher. What's a side story? Okay, la cual es muy famosa. Wish is very famous.
Is very good. And finally, number 5.
Okay, teacher. Un aeropuerto. That whose planes land?
Whose? Okay. In this case, you remember that when the expression is about a place, we apply.
Planes. Okay.
Remember that I told you that there are some expressions when it is a place, we apply where.
Where? Sorry. Where
Yes, because
plane?
this expression is about a place. An airport is a place.
Okay, teacher.
Where planes land. In this case, can you translate this by sentence?
Okay, teacher. Un aeropuerto es un lugar donde los aviones y helicópteros aterrizan.
Yes, very good. In this case, be honest. Very good. Okay, now with the final activity. Remember that I told you that where there are not identifying, we apply the use. In this case, we have 2 sentences. We bought a car last week and the car is blue. How do you create this sentence in a single sentence?
Okay. El carro, puede ser el carro que compramos la semana pasada es azul.
Okay, we bought
Last week is blue.
That's very good. Yes, that's right. With the number 2.
Okay. The girl. The girl we meet. The girl we meet at the party is a singer.
A singer. Very good. Number 3.
Okay. The banana. Your bogdent are on the table.
We don't put them. This is the banana George spoke. Then no, it's only bow.
Okay.
In this case, the bananas you bought are
On the table.
them? No, it's only George bought. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Can you translate the third part?
Okay. Las bananas que Jorge compró están en la mesa.
Yes, because if you apply them, las bananas que Jorge las compró. Suena un poco extraño. For this reason, the bananas you bought are on the table. Okay, number 4.
Okay. The field, we watched it last night. Last night. Got really scared.
Very good. And finally,
Okay, teacher. The new course. I had to leave. I had to learn. Are very difficult.
yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Yes, we don't have problems with this. Now, this is the practice, and now finally we go to develop the production. We have 5 images. It's possible that you create sentence using the relative clause for each one.
Okay, teacher.
How many times do you need?
Okay, teacher. 2.
How many times do you need to create this sentence?
Sorry?
How many times do you need to create this sentence? Because I need that you create one sentence for each image.
Which sentence? ¿Cuántas?
One for each one. Una por cada uno.
Okay. 5 en total.
Yes, five sentences. One for number 1, one for number 2, one for number 3, one for number 1, one for number 5. How many times do you need?
8 minutes. 8 minutos. O
Okay.
5.
Okay. Take your time and tell me when you have the sentence. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Perfect. Are you ready, Jessica?
No, 1 minute, teacher. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Finish, teacher.
Okay. Tell me about the number one image.
Okay, teacher. The first, the woman who sings in the concert is very nice.
The woman
Who sings in the concert is very nice.
concert. Yes, very good.
Yes. The second, that is the house which my parents bought.
That's the house.
Which my parents bought.
Okay, which my parent bought. Okay, number three.
That is the car that you should rate.
Okay.
The
Number
four,
four.
Luisa and Luis, whose sons are children, are having a great time. could be.
Okay, very good. And number 5?
That government who sleeps in the office looks very tired.
It's very tired. Okay. Yes, very good. The use of who, whose. In the number 4, you apply who or whose?
Whose?
Okay, perfect. Whose sons. Very good. Yes? Okay, now we go to develop through the production activity. We have 5 sentences with two sentences. Yes, I need that you create a single sentence.
Okay, teacher. What's the feeling?
Yes,
Okay, teacher. Colombia.
Please explain me when do you need a commas.
Okay. Colombia. Colombia. It's a very nice place. Where is located in the South America?
In this place, we have problems. Why? Because we apply Colombia.
Yes.
We can find which is located in the South America.
Okay.
A very nice place.
Okay, teacher.
Or we can apply to Colombia, which is a very nice place. Is located in the South America.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. For this reason, the first expression, no. Now we number with the B.
Okay, teacher.
Lives in Germany. Luis works in a hospital.
Okay. Luis, comma, who lives in Germany. Who lives in Germany, comma, work in a hospital.
And create Luis who lives in Germany work in a hospital, or Luis who work in a hospital lives in Germany. Yes, very good.
Yes. Okay, teacher.
Okay, number with C.
Okay, teacher. Okay, Carlos' sister. Who is 90 years old,
What?
comma, pass the university exam. the university exam.
Can be, and we can also to create Carlos' sister who is 19 years old, has just passed the university exam, or Carlos' sister who passed the university exam is 19 years old.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, now we did.
Okay.
Number. Okay, D, we did.
Okay.
In this case,
Laura.
okay, Laura.
Comma, whose husband is French. Comma. Moved to France last month 7.
And last month. So sorry, this is not 7, it's last month.
Okay.
Parece
7. 7 parece ahí.
His husband is French, moved to France last month. Yes, very good.
Okay,
now
teacher.
Finally with E.
Okay, teacher. Ferrari. Okay. Comma, which is made in Italy.
Which are made?
Are made in Italy.
You can say Ferrari or Ferraris.
Ferraris in
Italy.
Comma, are very expensive.
Yes, very good. Yes, this is used with a non-definite. And finally, we go to develop the assessment, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, this is yes, with the number. What is the correct relative pronoun with the number 1? This is the man, who or which?
Okay, yeah, okay. This is the man, who.
Yes, okay, perfect. Who built your house? Yes,
okay.
Because it is a person. Very good. Okay, number teacher. 2.
There is a brick.
A bridge.
The ocean.
What?
Which?
Why which?
The brick is a thing.
The bridge is a thing. Okay, number 3.
Okay. Who? The girl who.
Okay, perfect. Number 4.
Okay, the bus which.
Right. Okay, number 5.
The which, teacher.
The which. Very good. This is the first part, and this is very good. And please now I need that you read me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expression in English.
Okay, teacher. The first, this is a man who built our house. The second, there is a brick which we had to cross.
In this case, there is the bridge.
Bridge which we had to cross. And the third one, the girl who lives next door is very nice.
Very good.
The fourth, the bus which take you to the station. Should be here any minute.
Okay.
And the last one, this is a dog which bark every night.
Every night. Okay. Okay, now you tell me about that it is necessary or not necessary, okay? Number one, this is the ring that I found yesterday. It is necessary or not necessary?
Okay, teacher. Okay, necessary.
Necessary, okay. Number two.
Okay. Is necessary, teacher.
Necessary, okay. Number three.
Okay. Not necessary.
Not necessary. Number four.
Okay. No, necessary.
Not necessary. And number five.
Not necessary.
Okay, now we go to see. The number one, the relative pronoun is not necessary. Why? Because in this case we find I, that is the subject, and the ring, that is the adjective.
Okay.
The reason we can apply. This is the ring I found yesterday. So this reason, and for this reason, we can say that it is not necessary. In the number two, did you know the man that it is speaking with Annie? This is necessary. It is correct. Okay. With number three, that it is it is not necessary. And so I think that this is good. For the reason this is good expression. And number three is necessary. Number four, it's necessary. It is necessary. Number four, why? Because we apply that the woman, her first, but we don't apply. We can say that the woman is the subject, but we can say that is this is the woman that loses her first. Number four is necessary because the woman is the subject, but we apply that the purse is her. For this reason, we need the object that is not for her. Is to say that in Spanish. Encontramos que la mujer es el sujeto, pero estamos hablando de algo de su propia propiedad. Es decir, entonces, por este motivo, no podemos decir, es esta la mujer perdió su pulsera. Entonces, no necesitamos esta expresión, es necesario. ¿Por qué? Porque si no, no sabemos de quién es la pulsera. Por este motivo, si es necesario utilizar es de esta mujer que perdió su pulsera. You understand this part? Number four?
O sea, the woman viene a ser the subject. Y the object
is
the purse, but yes.
Pero en este caso, sí es necesario porque si creamos la oración, decimos, ¿es esta la mujer perdió su pulsera? Suena un poco extraño, entonces necesitamos that para que nos dé que perdió su pulsera.
Ya, teacher.
Okay. Ahora sí, in number five, you say that it's not necessary. This is good, but why do you think that it's not necessary?
It's not necessary because the case object, the subject, sorry. Uh, Looking for the subject, object.
Because now it's the same expression in number one. We and I, for example, in the number one, I, and in number five, we is the subject. And in the number one ring is the object, and in number five, Kate is the object. For the reason we have the subject and the object, and for the reason it's not necessary the use of the relative pronoun. Understand this part?
Okay. The fit is not very clear.
Ok. Encontramos en la número 1, la número 5, las mismas similitudes. Por ejemplo, en el número 1 encontramos yo, en la número 5 encontramos nosotros, que serían los sujetos. En el número 1, ring, y en el número 5, llaves, que es key. Entonces, encontramos que son los objetos. Por este motivo, si tenemos al sujeto y el objeto, no necesitamos de dar.
Ok.
Entonces, la pregunta sería, ¿podemos crearla? ¿Is this the key we were looking for? ¿Es esta la llave que nosotros estábamos buscando? Por este motivo, no es necesario.
Ok, no podemos emitir el that.
Podemos emitirlo, porque no es necesario.
Ok, teacher.
Okay. Now we number with the complete the sentence with the relative clause. Who or which?
Okay, teacher. A which is a person who.
Yes. Who?
Who.
And we can create with the parentheses.
Who lives in the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay. Yes, very good. Number 2.
Okay, number 2. Okay, who? No veo paréntesis.
In this part. ¿Sí yo?
Ya, sino que no sé, pero se desconfigura bastante. Incluso yo miro que usted está escribiendo arriba y está abajo. No sé.
Okay, in this case, again someone who is
Very tall.
very tall. Yes, very good. With the number 3.
Okay. Oh my God.
We apply who or which.
No veo la oración. La es we ate eaten at the restaurant.
No, it's the internet, okay.
Sino que se desconfigura. Usted escribiendo arriba y abajo.
Okay, perfect.
Allá.
Okay.
Okay. The 3. Which. Which wake you up in the morning.
It makes, in this case, it is an alarm. It's one makes you up in the morning. Okay, now with number 4.
Okay, teacher. Sería which has
Yes, very good. Has
black spots on its back.
and it's the back. Very good. And finally, number 5.
Okay, teacher.
Who?
Who who serve serve serve
It is a one waitress. For the reason it serves.
food service food and drinks in a restaurant.
Okay, perfect. And finally, with the number 1, when I need that you create a single sentence.
Okay. Eh, okay, teacher. Um, mm, defining or not define it?
We can create not defining.
Sorry?
We can create not defining.
Okay.
Because we have 2 sentences.
Okay. The film that I watched last night was interesting.
Okay. Number 2.
Okay, teacher. The man who help Carly is my teacher.
Carly helps.
No veo lo que está escribiendo, profe. Ah, pero sorry. Ah, ya. Sino que es como se descontrola. No sé. Ya.
Same.
Okay. The chicken that we ate at the restaurant, it goes delicious. Goes delicious, sorry. Goes delicious. Goes delicious.
Okay.
The fourth, the boy that I know from school is very nice.
I know from
In school is very nice.
very nice.
Okay, teacher.
We can find that or who, okay? But that is good. We can apply who,
Sorry.
I know. No,
Who?
with this, that, we can apply that for people, things, or places. So
Yes.
I don't have problem. But the other option is that you apply who, but no problem, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
And the last one, the choose. Which my grandma bought them for me are too big.
Grandma
Mm,
Okay. For me, to be choose grandma. We can apply this with which or no for no problem. In this case, I remember that in number 2 that we can apply that in the non-definite sentence. You remember this part?
yes, teacher.
And for this reason, we can apply that.
That
In
that animals, things, persons
yes,
is
but
something informal.
remember that in non-definite, we cannot apply that.
Okay, teacher.
So the reason in the number 1, if we are
No
to
definite,
develop it, is not. We can
o sea,
apply
no definite who.
with non-definite. We cannot apply that.
Okay. No definite, o sea que con el who.
Yes, we can in the field. For example, we can apply who, which, the others, but with that, no.
Which.
Okay. Remember this part because I remember that I said you in the relative and not definite. We cannot use that in a relative pronoun, cannot be omitted. We cannot use that. In non-definite. But in definite, we can apply that, but in non-definite, no.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, these are the assessment. I think that you have some doubts, but it's normal. As homework, I need that you create a small history at least 5 lines using the relative clause. The topic is free, and in the next class, we can share these tasks, okay?
Okay. The next class?
In the next class, yes. Is to say that in Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. The homework is very easy. Create a small history with the use of relative clause. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, now tell me, what do you think about the class? Do you have doubts? Are you have any question, or do you have advice for the class?
The true teacher, no, is I like it very much. Also, I like to start for the class with a tongue twister. I like it.
Okay, very good. Yes, perfect. I know that this topic is...
Me gustaría.
Okay, perfect. I know that it is very complicated, some topics about the relative clause, because we need to understand the use the no defining and defining, and on the other hand, it's very important the understanding the topic of the subject and non-subject, because sometimes we apply the, por ejemplo, en Spanish, el problema que tuvimos, que aplicábamos el tema de... que no sabíamos si colocábamos o no colocábamos el pronombre relativo. Entonces es muy importante el tema de comprender la aplicación del sujeto y el objeto, en donde muchas veces cuando la oración no tiene objeto, el objeto pasa a ser sujeto. Entonces en esos temas debemos comprender que cuando el objeto pasa a ser sujeto, tenemos que aplicar obligatoriedad, o si tiene ambos, si tiene sujeto y objeto, podemos quitar that. Esa parte es importante. Ok. Es muy complicado el tema de la asistencia a clases. It's very complicated due to that the other students have different problems. But I like that the other class students can attend to the class. I think that with Diana have the problem is due to that the travel that to other country. But I think that in the next class we can develop with other students that it is important to interchange knowledge. But okay, you tell me about the twister, okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I'm going to try to include this part, okay? Okay, Jessica, thank you very much for your attention. See you in the next class, okay?
Thank you. Thanks to you, teacher, for your explanation, for your time, for your feedback. Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
bye-bye. You have a nice day.
Bye-bye.